Yo, Snapchat. So I wasn't actually planning on doing a story today, but I woke up about an hour ago and I'm running to the science party, and the leader guy is like, go down to the beach and get profile pics. It's actually incredibly difficult trying to take really good selfie pics and trying to have a natural smile when you're really hungover. Also, check out this view. So I'm a massive fan of the beach. I don't know, I'm probably down here maybe 3 hours a day at least. It's cool. It's like a blank slate. There's nothing going on. There's no shit. It's a little bit like escaping the jungle. That's the jungle. And Wollongong isn't really much of a jungle. It's a pretty chill city. When you go into Sydney, it's like, whoa, the Matrix, man. People everywhere. We know the environment we live in has a huge impact on the way the way our brain works and the way we see things and the way we think and process information. How's it changed from being on a beach to being in a city? And how's it changed from being in a city to being in a rural area? I mean, as a kid, I grew up in a town of like 3,000, 4,000 people, kind of country town, but still suburbia, which is probably why I really enjoy Wollongong. It still freaks me out when I go to Sydney. There's just too many people I don't know, too much stuff happening. It just seems dirty and grimy and that city kind of feel to it. I still really enjoy going up to Sydney because, I mean, if you pack 4 million people into one area, you're naturally going to get all sorts of ideas and diversity and really cool stuff happening. So it's good to get into that. And so Wollongong to me is kind of like a little bit of like half city, half country. The lifestyle here is much more chill. And I think that actually works well with Sydney being an hour and a half away. I've often heard this concept that cities are kind of like representations of our mind, of our collective imagination, because they're not natural things. We've thought of them and then created them and then brought them into reality. But in doing so, it creates a feedback loop. I mean, our environment and our visual kind of, our way of designing things and seeing things affects our brain and in turn changes it. We design our cities and our towns, and in turn they redesign us, which changes our brain, and then we redesign them back again, and it creates a feedback loop, which is really cool. But so now imagine an augmented reality future, which I think is maybe 5 years away. You know, everyone will be wearing normal looking Ray-Ban glasses that actually have like inbuilt augmented reality displays on top. And when everyone's wearing those and walking around, suddenly our cities don't become static entities anymore. They become amorphous, dynamic and subjective reality tunnels that everyone changes. If you don't like the architecture and the color of the buildings, say, like many of these buildings tend to be like white and off grey, which is a really weird color, then you could change it to like a Venetian landscape. Or imagine when I go to Sydney, maybe I could make all the buildings like just have actual landscape, like trees and ocean, and maybe the pavement is a beach. And that's really trippy, yeah? Like imagine if what I'm seeing right now isn't actually a beach. I'm actually walking down, you know, a really busy street in the middle of Sydney. It's bitumen, but I see it as a beach. And so that just triggered a thought about citizen science and stuff like that, where they kind of like, they let people do science. Well, why can't we let people design cities and how we run them? A great analogy here is there's a thing called desire paths. There's actually a few like subreddits and images where you kind of see like people have gone off the path and they follow like, you know, they create tracks through grass, for example. And that's like an optimization algorithm, yeah? Like it's a whole bunch of people taking the same path, and over time that actually, so many people take that path you can see it. Then what you do is you add a pavement on top. So rather than guessing where people want to walk and where you'd want to put a pavement, you first wait and you just see where the desired paths form, and then you pave just those desired paths. It's the optimization algorithm. Now let's apply that back to like city planning and like building cities and parks and all the social kind of goods and social areas. You could do that in the same approach. Particularly with this AR world we're approaching, I mean, all you have to do is look at like, okay, what are most people doing? What are they changing the most? Are they making this building blue or white, or where are they putting their parks? Even just like, where do people congregate? What do they do? What do they want to do? Or even what their problems are. I hate that you can't even like, there's no direct line to the entire population of the city telling you, here's our problems. So I guess it's about using technology to create organic feedback loops between a city and its population. Rather than trying to guess what they want, the people tell you what they want, and you can see it in the data and the patterns. So subject to thoughts, how do you think that would work, and how would you make it happen now before an augmented reality world at future? Also, go to the beach more.